Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of just me messing around here on YouTube. Today we're playing Madden because there's new rosters with the after the NFL draft, and I decided that hey, let's do something with Madden since we never do. Rightfully so, because this game is pretty awful. Anyways, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers here. They have what is by far the worst quarterback room in the NFL. Did not address it whatsoever in the draft until the seventh round with national championship winning quarterback Will Howard. Considering he has normal development and he's a 62 overall, he's probably not ever going to be the starter. And we are going to look to sign a free agent. We got some of my personal favorites like Darnell Washington on this team. The offensive line isn't particularly that bad. They drafted Derek Harmon. They drafted some more pieces as well. But overall, it was a pretty weak draft and a weak off season for the Steelers. We know they've got a really, really good defense. But their offense, well, they won't be winning any games with who they got at quarterback right now. Minka Fitzpatrick, but Juan Thornhill. So what we're going to do is we're going to go out and first things first, we're going to free agency. We're going to get these guys a quarterback and a running back to really be the face of this team. Taking a look at the team right now, quarterback is a revolving hole. We have Mason Rudolph as our starter. Running back, we've got Jalen Warren and then a couple of like really just kick return specialists, especially Cordero Patterson. Caleb Johnson is probably the true second string. He's got a ton of upside. Actually, never mind, just normal development. But Jalen Warren is the starter right now. I don't really know if that's a long-term thing. You know, he's very solid, looked like the better of the two of him and Najee Harris, but we could easily sign Nick Chubb or somebody else. J.K. Dobbins even is coming off of a very solid season. Taking a look at our salary cap, team salaries. We have 54.8 million in cap space. We're paying quite a bit to a lot of our defensive stars. And I mean a lot. There's 5 of them here. Some of them are getting pretty old. Cam Hayward's 35, Darius Slay is 33. But DK Metcalf is here, paying Chris Boswell a lot of money. I don't really care for that too much. We got some nice pieces on this team. But what we're going to go is we're going to go sign free agents. First thing we want to do is get the quarterback of our choice. And I think that's just going to be Aaron Rodgers. Like, he's been so heavily linked to this team and these guys. We are going to go out. We're not going to make a trade. We're going to sign Aaron Rodgers to a 1-year, $10.7 million contract. We could also easily use some more help at the quarterback position. I don't want to overpay for that. I think we've got that on the team right now. Skylar Thompson and then Will Howard just played in a national championship. Thompson's been in a starting role before. We know Rudolph has been a starter several times in his career, I want to say. Like, yeah, 2019. He's started games before, you know. And this isn't including his 2024 stats, where he started a few with the Titans. Rodgers, we are also going to sign a running back. And I have a feeling who it's gonna be. I have a pretty good feeling of who it's gonna be. I keep clicking the wrong button. J.K. Dobbins is a decent option for sure. 82 overall, very young, just had a breakout season. But I mean, why not grab Nick Chubb, the superstar X Factor, for how cheap this guy is, 4.75 million? Get him on my team. That's our two big signings. Now, I keep clicking the wrong button. Anyways, as for everything else, I'm going to get us another tackle. I don't want to go after Bakhtiari because he's just a little too expensive. But I could grab another player. Isaiah Wynn is certainly somebody. But I think I'm going to bring Jedrick Wills. Sign old Jedrick onto the team. He's a very solid piece. Put him on the squad. And now we look a lot more refined. We look a lot better. And yeah, quarterback, we have Aaron Rodgers now. Running back, Nick Chubb now. Wide receivers, Metcalf and Pickens. Tight end, Freiermuth. O-line, we got Wells. So this team looks already a lot better. We don't use defensive ends, so we have these guys, Highsmith and Watt, coming off the edge at linebacker. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut two players or send two players to the practice squad. Christian here, goodbye. You're a 25 overall. Ryan McCollum, that's an Aggie right there. Hate to do it to him, but it's got to be done. Sorry, Ryan. Ryan McCollum's going to go. Now we are going to change up our depth chart. We're going to have Aaron Rodgers move up into the starting role. He will be QB1. And then good old cancel. Nick Chubb will be our running back 1. Fullback Connor Hayward. Wide receivers Metcalf, Pickens, Austin, Woods, Wilson, and then Miller, Scott Miller. Seems fine. Tight end, Freiermuth, Washington, and Parham. Tackle is going to be Jedrick Wills. Broderick Jones is going to be kind of a rotating guy around here. Broderick Jones. And then here we're also going to have Broderick Jones playing a decent bit. And then defensive line, the ends don't really matter because we have a few good ones. Patrick Queen, Alex Highsmith. Defense looks good. Everything seems normal here. Instead of Killebrew, we'll go with Thornhill. I should have cut one of these punters. We're gonna cut Corliss Waitman right now. Actually, we'll cut him. We'll cut him later. Okay, and then we will not training camp. I'm gonna go over to the rosters, take a look at the certain positional things like not roster. What am I looking for? Depth chart. This game is awful sometimes. Depth chart. We're going to take a look at kick returner, Cordell Patterson. Yo, Madden, I see. Yeah, we wanted to do something since the NFL draft just happened. Trying to stay in that spirit. Patterson is one of the best kick returners of all time. Pat Fryermuth is a 76 overall kickoff specialist. My Rangers suck right now. Yeah, I was closely following their past few games against the A's. My goodness. Y'all did have a big game in there at one point, scored like 15 runs. Patterson, third down running back, Warren, then Patterson, then just Chubb. The offense is so bad. Yeah, we gave him some help. Pitching is great though. Yeah, number one starting rotation in Major League Baseball right now for the Rangers. Power back Chubb, Warren, Johnson, and Gainwell. Slot receiver, it's Pickens, Woods, and then Calvin Austin. Left end is Watt, right end is Highsmith, D tackle is Hayward, sub linebacker is Queen. Slot corner Beanie Bishop. I'll go Juan Thornhill. Makes more sense. Practice squad, we don't have anybody yet. So we are going to go back now, and where we have some position battles and stuff we're going to do. We're not going to play the games of preseason. I never really do play preseason, but we're going to at least follow it a little bit. We lose 22-19. We have some players we can upgrade. Also, let me know if you guys like want any sort of player like manual progression or anything that could make this dynasty or franchise more long lasting and more fun, because we know Madden is harder to have fun on than most other games. Highsmith is up to a 90 overall. Rogers has an upgrade at age 40. We're going to give him strong arm up to a 78 now. And then all these guys doesn't really matter. Big Jack Sawyer is a rookie, so I'll make sure we upgrade him accordingly. And then I think all these guys we can just auto progress and we'll be just fine. Happy that all A&M guys got drafted. Yeah, me too, man. Honestly, not a bad draft for the Aggies. Nick Scorton was a second rounder. Shamar, both Shamars got drafted. Um, just hoping this time next year we'll be calling Marcel Reed's name pretty high. All right, we're in a little press conference. Mike Tomlin, of course, is one of the reasons I chose this thing. You should be having a tight end position battle. No, um, we will not, but whatever. Most catches. I mean, I love Darnell Washington, but Pat Fryermuth is our guy. Perfect. We'll check back in a few weeks. Okay. No more questions. All right, we have the Bills here in preseason. We're going to go to next week. We win 23-17, another close defensive game as expected. Nobody, actually, I'll upgrade Skylar Thompson. Skylar has an upgrade. We're going to keep him going with Field General. How are we doing stats-wise through these first two games? Who's playing? Rudolph, Rogers. Rogers has been really good. Rudolph, Howard, and then um, cut Skyler. He was so bad for my Dolphins. Um, we are probably going to cut him. If there is a quarterback we're going to cut, it's going to be Skylar Thompson. Keeping Will Howard over him, keeping Rogers, keeping Rudolph. So we likely will end up cutting him or just sending him to practice squad likely. One new injury. Highsmith dislocated hip for 4 weeks. That is not ideal. Certainly not. We're going to go through this game against the Lions. It's our final preseason game. We get absolutely shit on, but who cares? We're going to upgrade players, and then we're going to cut down the roster. Pickens, that's an important piece. We want him to be a playmaker. We know he has insane, spectacular catching skills. He's just going to get some small boosts to all of his little attributes. All these other guys can just upgrade automatically. Did I turn off progressive fatigue? Thank you so much, Troy. I did not. It's been a while. We are going to be progressive fatigue. Where are we? Coach firing. Progressive fatigue is going off. Thank you. That should help with things. We are going to set injuries to a higher frequency. Where is that? Can I not do that? I don't believe I can. I think it's in, actually, I believe it's under sliders. Should be under sliders. Uh, Gameplay, sliders, injury frequency. Yeah, injuries. We'll put it on 65. Fatigue is going to be 50. Speed threshold 50. That is all just fine. Uh, Roughing the kicker, running into the kicker, illegal. Illegal blocking. It's passive. Defensive pass interference is going to go up. And then holding will also go up. All right. Now we should be able to get on with things. Thank you, Troy, for reminding me that. And we are first things first, we're going to go over to the punter position and we're going to say goodbye to Mr. Corliss Waitman. Goodbye. Cameron Johnson's our punter. Chris Boswell's our kicker. Killebrew can stay. We got all these guys. I think Deshaun Jameson is going to head on over to the practice squad. As is Mr. Devin Harper. And Mr. Mark Robinson. Both those guys go into the practice squad. Things look fine here. D tackles, fine. Defensive ends, Jacob Slade, practice squad. Yaya Black, practice squad. And we might also move like Loudermilk. Things look fine here. You are going to, Smith's going to go to the practice squad. Dylan Cook, get ready to learn practice squad. Tight end looks fine. Wide receiver, we could definitely cut down here. Send Brandon Johnson and Lane McCutcheon over to that practice squad. Fullback, we're keeping Connor Hayward. Running backs, Jonathan Ward. You are cut, my friend. And then Aaron Champlin is going to the practice squad. Quarterbacks, Skylar Thompson to the practice squad. That looks fine here. Eku Leota is going to practice squad. Middle linebacker, these all look fine. Jeremiah Moon is getting cut. Pirates fan who jumped on the field did it on purpose, I think. Interesting. I have not been watching a lot of Pirates baseball lately. I know they're pretty much must watch right now with Paul Skeens, but I don't think I've watched a Paul Skeens start in full yet this season. Calvin Anderson is not going to make it. I think Spencer Anderson will. Here's that group. Fullback. Running back, I think, will be fine without Evan Hull. He can go. Look back at corners. Things look fine there. Linebackers, Carson Bruner's going to go. Outside linebacker. Fine. D tackles were fine. Keep Benton. And then we're going to get rid of Spencer Anderson. And then I think we're going to cut Will Howard. Hate to do it, but Will Howard is not going to make the team. He goes into the year as a free agent. So, kind of sucks to be him. But also, it is what it is. Kyle McCord looks like he didn't make a roster either. Joe Flacco? Joe Flacco. Really? On a practice squad. Well, let's look at all players. Abdul Carter. Oh, God. Um, yeah? Like, who is this? This is the third best player in the class. I'm not going to do that because that's not realistic enough. But, oh my. Oh my. Any offensive lineman, Josh Connerly Jr.? He's a guy I'll get. Yeah. This is one makes a little more sense. Realistically, we'll sign Josh Connerly Jr. And we'll cut one more player in order to meet the roster requirements. It's going to be Corey Trice. Boom. There's the team. The depth chart will fix up. Actually, let's look at the Take a look at our preseason stats. See how things went, who did well, who did badly. Rodgers was okay. Rudolph was okay. Warren, Chubb was not good. Johnson Johnson outplayed. Patterson was kind of good. Rodgers got a lot of carries, weirdly enough, receiving. Calvin Austin, everybody played well. Blocking, Jedrick Wills was terrible. Good for him. And then defensively, Cam Hayward was insane. Don't know how to play this game. I don't know the controls. Oh my gosh. Defensively, Cam Hayward was good. TJ Watt was good. Highsmith was good before he got hurt, as expected. A pick for Minka. So very, as as expected on defense, very, very good. Offensively, certainly still some things to figure out. It's just NIU joining the Mountain West is so dumb. Yeah, but also like they're a good team. They've NIU and Toledo are always on top of the MAC, which is just, in my opinion, probably certainly the least competitive, least high stakes, probably the least talented whenever the CUSA gets back on its feet in all of college football. So I don't have a problem with NIU getting out of there as soon as they can. What can the fans expect from my offense this year? We're gonna go physical run game. We're gonna run the ball a lot this season. Uh, we're gonna go 20 team rushing touchdowns. I think Jalen Warren and Nick Chubb will combine for that. And now we are going to what the other thing we did was we signed Josh Connerly Jr. So he becomes a new guy for us. Boom! There we go. And now we advance to week one of the NFL season against the Falcons, the 2025 NFL season. Also, we can do something else on Madden if y'all aren't super big on playing current. Just another rebuild of a current NFL team. We could do a past season. That's what I've been trying to do with MLB The Show, but my rosters currently aren't working. My just being online network on MLB The Show in anything isn't working. So we're gonna do this media interview. These could have been cool, but they are actually really annoying. What part of the team is the strongest? This is so obvious. Our defense. Probably the easiest answer any NFL team will give here at these media days. What part of the offense worries me the most? Our passing attack. Aaron Rodgers worries me. What equals success? Oh God, neither of these, but um, both of those are impossible. Anyway, our quarterback throws 35 touchdown passes. We'll see what happens. I'll be happy if we get 25. Alrighty. Now we're going to choose a draft class. Select from the download center. I'm going to download this 2026 class and hope it's what I'm hoping for. Which which it is not. Still has Travis Hunter, Ted McMillan. I'll mess around with the draft class later. We'll just set it now to what it is. Season goal, we're going to go 7 wins. I think we will be 9-8, the usual Pittsburgh Steeler thing. But now let's hop in. We're going to play the moments here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Week 1. The NFL is back. Sundays are fun again. We're here in Atlanta, Pittsburgh, and Atlanta. The Falcons with Michael Penix and Kirk Cousins against the Steelers with Aaron Rodgers. The A-Rod era in Pittsburgh begins under Mike Tomlin. And it sure is going to be a show. Pat Freiermuth on the sideline getting loose. And we are only going to play the moments because I'm not trying to spend weeks on just one season. Here's a handoff for Chubb. Chubb has room to go. And he's going to pick up 9. As you guys have probably seen, this game feels like you're running in sludge compared to College Football 25. Here they go right back to Chubb, and he's going to pick up the first. Nick Chubb. First down, but there's Jedrick Wills going to the locker room. An injury to our new signing. Here comes Cordero Patterson, who wears number 84 for some reason. Patterson, powering forward. What is wrong with Jaylen Warren, I wonder? Okay, well, apparently Patterson is the third down back. All right, we're back. Cordero Patterson with a 3-yard run against his former team. And now, will Aaron Rodgers throw the ball? He will. Nope, he's going to run it. Rodgers sacked for a loss of 1. Bruce Sternum for Wills. He will not return. Here come the Steelers, 3rd and 8. Over the middle, it's nearly intercepted. What's my favorite Madden ever? Probably Madden 20. I know Madden 16 was really good. I didn't play much of it because I wasn't really into Madden back then. We're going to continue to the next moment where we're going to get it back, score a touchdown. And here we are again on 3rd down, 3rd and 7. Jaylen Warren in a running back. Rodgers sets up the screen to Warren. It works perfectly. Jaylen Warren with the first down and more. Aaron Rodgers moving the chains to his running back with 1:16 to play. We're going to jump in here. Sometimes the play of the moments in this game is really bad, and it won't let you play the actual moments. You just play random times during the game. He had Pickens, but Rodgers is going to run. Rodgers down to the 10, and it's a timeout Steelers. Aaron Rodgers using his legs at 40 years old. Very underrated part of his game is the way he's able to run, and here he's going to do it again. Touchdown. Pittsburgh. Abdominal tear, will not be able to return. Wonderful. So we killed him here in the first half. Aaron Rodgers is not going to play again, but we are up 21-0. 21-7. We didn't play at all in the third quarter. That is why this game sucks. Play the moments was broken. 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard run by Jalen Warren. I think Nick Chubb is also injured. Handoff for Warren. Warren, 3rd and 1. Not a good day for Warren. 9 carries. Yeah, Nick Chubb's definitely hurt. So here's Mason Rudolph. Rudolph hands it off for Warren, who has room, and he'll pick up a first down. Jalen Warren picks up the first down, moving the chains. They're going to go right back to Warren. You know what? Let's go to Caleb Johnson. See what we have in the youngster. Assuming Chubb's definitely hurt. And now we're going to head to the 2-minute warning. 21-10. Steelers went up 21-0 at one point. But since then, they've had some injury issues. Caleb Johnson, the rookie, with his first snap. The rookie out of Iowa wearing his same colors. Johnson cuts back in and picks up 3. It'll be 3rd and 5. Timeout Atlanta. Rudolph. So they snap it. Quick throw to Freiermuth is caught. It'll be 4th and 2. And we are going to go. Injury for it's going to be an injury timeout for the Falcons. Handoff for Johnson. He's got room. Caleb Johnson powering down to the 2. The Rook almost puts this game away. We're going to see if we can't power it in for one of those rushing scores we need. And we will. Caleb Johnson with a touchdown. The rookie from Iowa. And this game is over. 28-10. The Steelers are 1-0 on the season. And it was an interesting one, that's for sure. Michael Penix Jr. gets the start. He was terrible. Rodgers was amazing. Rudolph was awful. Oh my God, he was 1 for 9. 1 for 9 with 2 picks. Oh, Christ. Warren, 11 carries. Chubb got hurt after just 3 carries. But Johnson had 3 for 14 and a tutty. Rudolph had a touchdown. Rodgers, 2 carries, 21 yards. Receiving, Drake London, who led the way for us. Metcalf with 77 and a score, had a bomb. Does not look like Pickens got a catch. So, interesting. Mason McCormick gave, for Isaiah Samalo was our best offensive lineman. And then defensively, we wreaked havoc. Watt is hurt. Oh my God. Why? Herbig, Wilson with sacks. Jack Sawyer played. Picks, we had 1 from Darius Slay. But why are all my good players hurt 1 game into the year? I don't care. We're going to keep on trucking. We're just going to hope Aaron Rodgers, Nick Chubb, and TJ Watt are all just short-term things. All these guys can upgrade themselves. Zach Frazier is quickly turning into one of the better centers in the league. 3 new injuries. Uh-oh. Looks like everybody's hurt. Rodgers out for 4. Chubb out for 7. Washington for 1. Highsmith for 2. Pierre for 1. And Watt for 6. So, we suck. And it's time to go probably sign a quarterback. And another, running back. Dismiss. This sucks. So, week 1, every good player on the team gets hurt. Rodgers is out for 4. Joe Flacco. I think it might be Joe Flacco time. We'll have a combined age of 80 between our 2 main quarterbacks. Could be Cooper Rush. Could be Teddy Bridgewater. Tyler Huntley. We're going to go Joe Flacco. All right, Joe. Welcome to the squad. your QB1. I feel like we were fine on running backs. Cut one player by Ben Schwarmick or whatever. So we win 28-10. The team got a lot worse. Jaylen Warren is now like the main guy in the backfield. And Flacco becomes QB1. So Joe Flacco is our starting quarterback here in week 2. We're going to play against the Broncos. Play the moments and just hop right on in. So TJ Watt will not go, Nick Chubb will not go, Highsmith will not go, Pierre will not go, Washington will not go, and Rodgers, all injured for this week against the Broncos, a really good opponent. And we're going to play that first drive of the game. Joe Flacco is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. He's wearing number 0. He's going to hand this one off. And Warren is going to lose 4. Jaylen Warren gets swallowed. Never mind. Why is Darnell Washington is on the field, playing through injury. Flacco on the run, delivers a strike. There is a penalty. It's going to be holding. Jedrick Wills, one of our offseason signings, commits the penalty, and instead of a decent gain, it's 2nd and 24. This one is lobbed up for Metcalf or Pickens. I don't know. They both wear the same number. And it's Pickens who makes the catch. Jaylen Warren is hurt. We will substitute in Gainwell. Actually, we are going to substitute in Caleb Johnson. Yeah, Cordero Patterson's hurt. Well, all right, 1st and goal. Here's the strong toss to Johnson. Caleb Johnson almost in the end zone, a few inches away. We'll take a timeout as there's an injured Bronco. Flacco from the 1, 2nd and goal. Handoff for Johnson, who powers it in. Touchdown, Caleb Johnson. Our defense needs help. We're in cover 2 as Bo Nix trying to do something. Here comes Cam Hayward and company. And that one is incomplete. Nix misfires. I forgot to name team captains. I'm just now realizing. Who cares? Here's a handoff for the running back, and it's a 1st down, J.K. Dobbins. So Dobbins ends up on the Broncos. New running back here will not be Dobbins. It'll be Audric Estime. Boom! A loss of 2 as it's getting blown up by Nick Herbig. The jet sweep gets popped. And here's 2nd and 12. This one's over the middle. It's going to be caught, but there is a flag on the field. This one's going to be holding on the Broncos. We got a decision to make. 2nd and 22 or 3rd and 9. I think I'm fine with the 3rd and 9. I trust our defense here. We're going to decline the penalty. Nix snaps it. Here comes Hayward and company. The screen. It's caught, and Dobbins is pushed out. At about the 4, it's 4th and 3. The line to gain is the 1. And Sean Payton is sending his offense back out there. 4th and 3. Here's the handoff. There is a flag, but as it stands, it's no good. Holding again. on Adam Troutman. We're going to decline it and take that turnover. The Broncos tie it up. Here we are in third down. Joe Flacco. Jaylen Warren is back in the game. Flacco, perfect. Leads Metcalf right over the middle of the field. It's a first down. And here comes Flacco again. We're going to audible this to a run with Kenneth Gainwell. Handoff for Gainwell, who cuts it back in and picks up a decent bit, but then there is a flag last minute. Holding on the offense, it's Mason McCormick. They will decline the penalty. It's 4th and 8. We're going to kick a field goal here, a 50-yarder for Chris Boswell, who's made bigger in his career. This one is up, and it's no good. From 50, it's wide left by just a foot. So Boswell misses it, and the game stays tied. Here's a 2-minute drill for the Steelers and Joe Flacco. 7-7 is your score. Flacco, pocket collapsing, lobs it forward, and it's intercepted. That thing was in the air for forever. He got hit as he threw it. Not a bad pass, just put way too much air under it. Moss with the pick. We get it right back. In the red zone, our defense comes up clutch. And now we got a chance to score. Flacco, pocket collapsing. It's Nick Bonito on the sack. Final timeout of the half for Pittsburgh. And now we have to be very careful. Over the middle, it's caught by Metcalf. Down to the 2. Flacco running hurry up. 18, 17, 16, 15 seconds remain. We're not going to be able to get this next play off. So from the 2-yard line, we come up short. And we'll stay tied at we will stay tied at 7. Here we are, 3rd and inches, trying to do something with old Caleb Johnson. And off for Johnson. Johnson bounces it outside. Caleb Johnson, a spin move, and then throws another man off of him. What a run by Caleb Johnson. Here we are on another 3rd down opportunity for Joe Flacco. And that's wide open. It's going to be caught, and it's a walk-in touchdown. George Pickens. Pickens with the score, and it's 14-7. Oh, no Cam Hayward on the field here. The rookie Harmon is in. And that one's broken up, intended for Adam Troutman. But instead, we'll get it back, 14-10 still. 2nd and 1. Warren is the back. They give it to him. Jaylen Warren, juke move, 3rd and 1. No gain on the play by Warren. This time, Caleb Johnson will try and punch it through. Handoff for Johnson. Johnson, Caleb Johnson down the sideline, touchdown. The rookie really showing out here early in the season. Caleb Johnson, the rookie from Iowa, with another score. This guy already has several rushing scores. 21-10, it's 4th and 12, less than 3 minutes to play. Cam Hayward is probably injured. This one is thrown up a prayer, and it's caught, intercepted by Minkah Fitzpatrick. Minkah down to the 34 with a decent little gain. After the turnover, the arm punt from Denver. And now we'll go for this 3rd down. 3rd and 3, less than 2 minutes to play. Kenneth Gainwell checks in. Joe Flacco Handoff. Gainwell confuses a man, trucks another one, and then picks up, well, all after picking up the first down. Looks like George Pickens might have been a little shaken up on that play. Halfback draw to Gainwell this time. Kenneth Gainwell pushing forward. It's a 3-yard gain. You could say he gained well on that play. Man in motion, it's Freiermuth. Takes Surtain with him. And now it's a handoff. Caleb Johnson. Johnson to the outside. Did he do it again? Kills a man. Caleb Johnson. The rookie is going insane for Pittsburgh. Another rushing score for Caleb Johnson. It's 28-17 now after the quick touchdown. For Denver, we'll see. They will not recover the onside. And it looks like Joe Flacco and company are going to pick up the win. Johnson's going to pick up 3. 18 carries, 93 yards. For Caleb Johnson. And off. Another one for Johnson. There he goes. Caleb Johnson. He's brought down by Surtain, and he's over 100 yards today. His day is done. 3 rushing scores, 100 rushing yards. And the rookie has put everybody on notice. Nick Chubb, who? Is Warren hurt? I think that's the thing right now, that Warren is hurt. What's up, man? And that one doinks off the face of Freiermuth. We're just going to kneel this one out. Joe Flacco and company are going to get the win, 28-17. Flacco's first start of the season. He comes up clutch. Not really. Caleb Johnson was the whole thing. It was all his doing. I love your videos. Thank you so much, man. You know, we normally don't get a lot of viewers on these live streams or really any of the content I make. So anytime I hear that, it's always flattering. As we are going to get the win, 28-17. The rebuild continues, and we're 2-0. Despite our 3 best players all being injured, or 4 really with Highsmith. Flacco didn't have a great day, neither did Nix, though. Flacco, 168, 1-2, running the ball. Where's Warren? Did Warren, not play? 5 carries for 4 yards, and guess what? He's injured. Receiving. Okay, maybe I didn't have to turn up the injuries. Pickens, Metcalf were both really good. Freiermuth. And then defensively, we had a pick from Fitzpatrick, a pick from Queen, a pick from Slay, and then a sack from Herbing. What made you do YouTube? I don't know. Just got bored and one day decided to start making videos. I'm going to turn the injuries back down to wherever they were before. I meant who? Myself. I was always the one who wanted to do it. Injuries are going down to 52. Let's hope not everyone on this planet is injured. Thanks, man. W, bro. All right, we're 2-0. Taking a look at the injury list, which this isn't the injury list because managed team, for whatever reason, means my freaking stadium. Injury report. Let's take a look here. Rodgers, Watt, and Chubb are all still hurt. Everyone should be back. And we have a DB breakout. Don't really care about that. Depth chart is really what we're looking at here. Power back is Warren. Actually, I kind of want Johnson, man. Yeah, Johnson's the new power back, gang. He just showed up for us. Well, I got to go. I will be back. See you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Looking at the team right now, ignore Mason Rudolph. He sucks. But Rodgers, very short time, got hurt. Very reminiscent of Jets Aaron Rodgers. Joe Flacco has come in and been not great. Johnson's been great. Warren's been awful. And then Chubb had 3 carries. Johnson already has 4 rushing scores. Metcalf and Pickens have been doing their thing. Blocking, been good. Defensively, we've been super good. 2 sacks from Herbing, 2 from Watt in like half a game. 2 picks from Slay. We've just been doing the thing. Doing the thing. We're first in defense. 8th in points scored. Like, we've been a solid enough team. Here down the line, we're going to negotiate here. Chubb, I don't know if I'm really willing to do anything. Warren, same thing. Wills, I'm not really willing to negotiate with any of these guys just yet, based on how they've played. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play the game. We are playing against the Chargers, playing the moments. Metcalf, Fitzpatrick, and company trying to carry the load for their injured teammates. And here we are, first quarter drive. We're trying to take the lead early on in our own territory. Jaylen Warren is the running back. Play action from Flacco, who throws that one. It's caught. That's a dart to the sideline, DK Metcalf. How about DK getting open there, and then the throw from Flacco was just excellent. Pocket collapsing. Flacco decides to step up. Flacco will slide. It's a 6-yard gain for the ancient Joe Flacco. 3rd down and 4. Look who comes into the game. It's Caleb Johnson. Handoff Johnson. Wow, that juke move got blown up, gets hit right in the knees. Here comes Warren back onto the field, 3rd and 2. Handoff, Warren. Won't get it, 4th and 1. We're going to go from our own 45. It's ballsy, but we are going to go. Warren. Who wins? Is it the Chargers or the Steelers here? And just a battle through the trenches. It got blown up, but Warren gets past. Stiff arms a man. Jaylen Warren with a 12-yard gain and a 1st down. How about Jaylen Warren fighting forward for that 1st down? His offensive line did him no grace, and now he's off to the races here. Another 1st down for Warren. This time it's going for 17 yards. Jaylen Warren doing everything he can for this team. Handoff for Warren. Here's a juke move. And another 1st down. Or not 1st down, but another positive gain for our halfback. 2nd and 5. Flacco, another one for Warren. Here he cuts it inside, and he's brought down. I think it's going to be a penalty, though. Holding on us. That's Pat Freiermuth who committed the penalty. It'll be 2nd and 12. Austin on the streak, might be looking for him. Instead, we're going to go here, and it is going to be broken up. We do have a penalty flag. It's another holding. Zach Frazier this time committed the penalty. And it's now backed up to 2nd and 22. Handoff for Warren, who... Another flag! Is it 3 holding in a row? Yes, it is. God, I hate this game. They will accept. It's 2nd and 27, so 2nd and 2 quickly became 2nd and 27. Flacco snaps it. Here they take it under to Fryermuth? I don't even know. 3rd and 20. That's going to be the end of the quarter. All right, we'll see if we can't get somebody open here on this vertical route. Come on, Pat. Pat Fryermuth. And we won't get it off. Flacco's pass is incomplete. We'll go for a 53-yard field goal. Boswell missed from 52 games ago. And here he misses from 53. No good. Wide left from Boswell. Here we'll try and get a 3rd down stop against Justin Herbert and company. Herbert. Amarian Hampton in the backfield, I think that is. Snaps it. Herbert looking to throw. What a terrible catching animation there, as it's going to be no gain. That would never be how that player would catch that football in real life. Either way, it's 3rd and 10, and we're going to go to the 2-minute warning. Third down and 10. Boom! Unblocked. Goes Molden. It's 4th and 17. Scoreless going into halftime. Or not scoreless, but we don't have anything going into halftime. Flacco, handoff for Warren. Plenty of room to run. Jalen Warren, 9 carries for 58 yards today. We are in the red zone now. 3rd and 2. Warren is the back. Here they give it to him. Jalen Warren gets stood up. No gain. It's 4th down. But we're going to go. 4th and 2. Caleb Johnson checks in. The hero of last game. Here they give it to him. Caleb Johnson, 1st down. On 4th, Johnson is able to come in clutch. And we'll send Jalen Warren right back out there. Warren nowhere to go. He loses 1. Nothing for our starting back right now with the injury to Nick Chubb. That one's caught by Metcalf. It'll be an 8-yard gain. And we'll play on. 3rd and 3 now. Flacco snaps it. It'll be the final one of the quarter. Flacco rolls out. Joe Flacco. Oh my God. He didn't do anything. No gain for Flacco. And now we'll head to the 4th quarter. Game is tied at 3. We're going to get it back. And we're trying to lead a game-winning drive. This has been super low scoring, as most of our games should be. We are a very defense-dominant team. And we're also very injured on the offensive side of the football. Flacco, 2nd and 9. Snaps it. Darnell Washington is open. Washington drops it. Right in his hands. Perfectly placed throw. Would have gone for at least 20 yards. But instead, it's a drop. Cannot be having those types of plays. Here is a pass that's broken up. We have an injured Steeler on that play. I'm going to skip the punt return. And here we're going to try and win the game. 2 minutes, 57 seconds left. Game is still tied at 3. It has been very boring. This one is passed over the middle, but it's also incomplete. This pass rush for the Chargers has been amazing all day long. But their offense has really been letting them down. There's a lob to the sideline, and it's going to be caught, but out of bounds, and then dropped anyways. Third and 10 for Flacco. Flacco, this time with time, completes it, and now they got a choice to make. Wills has a dislocated shoulder. We're running out of O-linemen. We're going to go for it. 4th and 5. We trust our defense. And mainly, we trust our offense. Flacco scrambling. Oh my goodness. Joe Flacco just scrambled for a first down. On 4th down and 5, Joe Flacco takes it himself. Handoff Warren, who has not been good today. Only a 2-yard gain there. Had some really good flashes at the beginning of the game. He's cooled off mightily since then. We might want the younger Caleb Johnson in, who ran for 100-plus yards and 3 scores last week. There's a 7-yard gain for Warren. 18 carries, 5 yards a carry, no touchdowns isn't awful. But it certainly isn't very amazing, you know. It's no Caleb Johnson from last week. 3rd and 1 now for after the 2-minute warning. Flacco. This one gets it to Warren, and it'll be a first down. Timeout, Los Angeles, as we're getting closer and closer into field goal range. Over the middle, this one is nearly intercepted. Henley got a hand on it as Flacco was trying to thread that slant route. 1:53 left in this one. Flacco dancing around, and he'll throw it away. 3rd and 10. Third down and 10. At least you want to get into decent field goal range here. If not, then just pick up the first down. That one's complete to Austin. It's going to be an 8-yard gain. 4th and 2. We're going to go for the field goal here. Will Boswell make it? We're not going to play it, but he will. So 6-3 is your score with a minute and a half to play. Time to play defense. And if we do, we'll go to 3-0 despite the fact that our 3 best players are injured. Here they come. Herbert scrambling away. Herbert escapes the pressure and slides with a gain of 7. Looked like he was going to lose 7 there. Speaking of injuries, Highsmith is back. He got hurt in the preseason. That one is caught. Spins off the defender and picks up the first. The Chargers keep on going. And here, another first down. 29 seconds left. They're in field goal range. Herbert, low ball, is caught inbounds, and then the final timeout for Los Angeles. From the 22, you got to be careful. 21 seconds left, but a touchdown wins it. Field goal takes us to overtime. No touchdowns have been scored in this game yet. The score is 6-3 Steelers. Handoff, Najee Harris. First down, but no time. No time. The Chargers pick up the first down, but don't have any time to spike it. No timeouts left, and so the game is over. Jim Harbaugh and company take the loss. And the Pittsburgh Steelers moved to 3-0 on the season despite the injury issues that occurred in Week 1. Flacco was not good. Neither quarterback was good because the score was 6-3. Yeah, Herbert 12 of 20 for 111. Flacco 10 of 17 for 88. Warren had 90 rushing yards, and then Johnson only had 2 for 5. I wish he had more time. Flacco ran for 25 yards. Metcalf was the leading receiver both ways with 43. That's just abysmal. Blocking was not particularly good for either team. Defense was reigning supreme. Highsmith, Hayward, and Harmon, the rookie, all with sacks for us. And then no interceptions for either side, just a lot of punts. A lot of punts both ways as the score. Steelers win 6-3 off of an excellent defensive day by those Pittsburgh players. We're going to upgrade these guys manually. Caleb Johnson's going to be an elusive back. Jack Sawyer is going to be a freaking run stopper. And then DK Metcalf, who is an 88. We're going to make him a better deep threat. He's going to go up to an 89. Metcalf, one of the best players on our team, and the only one that's really been healthy all year. One new injury has occurred. It's Fautanu. He's broken his collarbone and is out for the next 6 weeks. We're going to go ahead and go to this week 4 game against the Colts. Yeah, let's take a look at the injury report. See who's still on there. Everybody, Rogers is 1 week left. Fatanu has 5. Watt has 3, and Chubb has 4. So the team is what it is. Taking a look at the stats and awards right now. Flacco has been very mid. Running, Warren and Johnson have both had their moments. Johnson's been better. But Warren, has been the guy in many of the previous years. And they're very similar. They'll both get plenty of time this next week up against the Colts, which we're going to play right now. The Pittsburgh Steelers and the Indianapolis Colts facing off against each other here in week 4. Pittsburgh is 3-0, despite many injury issues, and Indianapolis, they're not too bad themselves at 2-1, with Anthony Richardson at the helm. Oh, Lord. Handoff Warren with terrible blocks. He stuttered a bit, decided to cut back in and won't get anything. 2nd and 10 now. From the 7, by the way. I don't know how on earth we got this bad of field position. Flacco is crushed. He'll lose 6. It's Grover Stewart on the sack. Even worse, we have another injured old lineman. But it's 3rd and 16 from the 1. Handoff for Warren. Jalen Warren will pick up 3. So that makes a much more manageable 4th and 13 from the 4. We will punt it back to Indianapolis, 3rd and 20. For quarterback Anthony Richardson, I'm assuming. Richardson rolling out. Richardson on the run, threads the needle. It's an incredible gain, but not enough for the first down. Still 4th and 12. That's the end of the first quarter. It is 3-0. Indianapolis. We are on a 3rd down alert. It's 3rd and 1. Jalen Warren is the back. And here they give it to him. Warren picks up the first down. 5 carries, 13 yards. Not a great day for Warren. Now from the 2, Flacco. They give to Warren, and he's going to lose. Yeah, okay. All right, man. If you're going to play that bad, you should not be our 3rd down back. Caleb Johnson. You're the guy. All right, 2nd and goal now from the 5 after the big loss. Flacco fires, and it's caught at the 1 by Metcalf. 3rd and goal. Why is Jalen Warren still my halfback? This guy sucks. Get him out of here. Oh my goodness. Let me switch. How about but then I make Do that. All right, we are going to kick a field goal here. Okay, well, it wants me to kick a field goal. And it is good. The 20-yarder goes straight through from Boswell. Game is tied now at 3, and it will stay so going into halftime. We're going to play this moment. As here's Flacco with Warren at his side, 3rd and 4. Snaps it. Flacco sets up the screen. It's caught by Warren. Jalen Warren with blockers. Spin move down to the 3-yard line. Goes our running back, Jalen Warren. And now Flacco under center. He snaps it, hands it off to Caleb Johnson, who pushes forward for a yard. Second and goal. Game tied at 3. Handoff. Johnson pushes his way forward. I thought he got in. They're going to say he's just short. 3rd and goal. Johnson is still out there trying to get his 5th rushing score of the season. And he will not. It's blown up. 1st and goal from the 3. Make it 4th and goal from the 2. We're going to go. Jalen Warren is the running back. He could very well get the carry here. But it's not going to be him. It's going to be a pass over the middle to George Pickens, which is going to score a tutty. Is Teddy Bridgewater the quarterback for Indianapolis? Is that the case? I think he is. Bridgewater snaps it. Here's the throw. It's caught by Pittman, but he's tackled. 2nd and 3. We're going to see how things go. They pick up 4th down. They keep going. 4th and 20. 4th and 20 with 36 seconds left. Bridgewater calls the timeout. 4th and 20 from the 21, basically 4th and goal. 34 seconds to play. Down 10-3. Bridgewater fires it up to the end zone, and it's knocked away. 2 timeouts remain for Indianapolis, so this game is not over just yet. But we might just improve to 4-0. Flacco sends a man in motion. Handoff. Johnson. Caleb Johnson is off to the races. 1st down and more. A big gain for Caleb Johnson, and it's a timeout, Indianapolis. Johnson running this one to the close side of the field. He gets caught up on his own O-lineman and won't get anything. Flacco tosses his hand in the air like, what the heck are you doing? Here's a handoff for Johnson. Johnson sheds a tackler, pushes his way forward for a 1st down. And I accidentally just called it out. Okay. Ignore that. One last run of the football, and this game is over. Flacco hands it off. Johnson throws a man off of him, but it's no gain. One more. 2nd and 10. 6 seconds to play. Flacco snaps it, hands it off. Johnson, what a spin move. Adding to the highlight reel. Now the clock hits triple zeros. And we are 4-0. We have allowed 6 points in our last 2 weeks of defense. Joe Flacco had his best day, only 92 yards and a touchdown. Caleb Johnson was not particularly good. Neither was Jalen Warren. Was horrible. But whatever. Calvin Austin led the way receiving-wise for us. Pickens and Metcalf were both getting shut down. Blocking, we were pretty good. Defensively, Highsmith and Herbig both got sacks. Hayward with a sack as well. The Triple H's. Slay and Bishop with picks. Slay now has 3 on the season already in just 4 games. And so 4 games through the year, we are 4-0. And I'd say things are working quite well. Like, we don't even need Aaron Rodgers. We've just had Joe frickin' Flacco. And we've just been doing our thing. And so we're going to go to next week and play the Cowboys. That'll be our last game of the episode. But the Cowboys are 1-3. We are 4-0. And we're getting a pretty big name back in Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who got hurt at the very end of our week 1 game against the Falcons. Rodgers is back. Still 2 more weeks for Watt and 3 more for Chubb. You won't see them again this episode. But Rodgers has returned, and Flacco becomes the second string. Rudolph is the number 3 man. And then we're also going to make the switch of our depth chart having Caleb Johnson as the RB1 over Jaylen Warren because Johnson has been way better. Power back's going to be Warren. Third down back will still be Warren. But Johnson's going to be the main guy. As 4 games through the season, taking a look at the stats, Flacco. So our quarterbacks, not including Mason Rudolph, have about 460 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, about a 70% completion. Running the ball, Johnson and Warren have combined for 308 yards, 4 scores. They've all been Caleb Johnson. Receiving, Metcalf leads the way. Then it's Pickens. Pickens with 2 touchdowns leads the team. Blocking, we've been decent enough. Defensively, we have 3 picks already from Slay, 3 sacks from Herbig and Highsmith, 2 from Hayward and Watt, who Watt, of course, only played half of a game. We're going to play this game against the Cowboys. Dallas, 83s across the board. They are, you never know. You never know when the Cowboys could show up. They're trying to catch us off guard away from home. We are 4-0. They're 1-3. 3rd and inches now for Dak. Prescott under center. He snaps it, hands it off, and we blow it up. It's holding on the offense, but we're just going to decline. 4th and 3 now. After the great play from, I don't even know who, probably Peyton Wilson. Hand off here, and it's going to get the first down. Miles Sanders picks up the first. Here we're doing it ourselves with Mr. Aaron Rodgers, who is back in his first home game as a Steeler. Rodgers fires over the middle. It's Pickens. George Pickens off to the races. Spins out one man into another. And it's down to the 7 for old Pickens. What a strike from Rodgers. Warren in at halfback. They give it to him, and he's going to lose a lot. 3-yard loss by Jaylen Warren, who just stinks. Handoff for Johnson. Caleb Johnson breaks through and gets a 9-yard gain. This one goes down to the 1. Rodgers, handoff for Johnson, and he's in. Caleb Johnson ties the game at 7. It's now 14-7 as Dallas takes the lead. Rodgers hit as he throws. It's caught by Johnson. Caleb Johnson picks up the first. Just under a minute left. Rodgers. Pickens is open. He throws a dot, and George Pickens absolutely toasted Trayvon Diggs. He's going to go all the way. This game is tied as George Pickens with an insane grab. Here's 3rd and inches here in the early 3rd quarter. And there, Rodgers just misses his man. We're going to go for 4th down here, because I believe we can pick up a few inches with Jaylen Warren. Handoff, Warren, not much, but it's the first. Jalen's got 6 carries for 17 yards today, the usual lackluster stat line of his. We're going to send Pickens on another streak because he just did so well last time. Here he's open, but it's so well read by the defender, who turns around and gets a hand on it. We're lucky that one wasn't intercepted. 2nd and 10 now. Rodgers, game is tied at 14. Handoff for Caleb Johnson, and that'll be just 1 yard. Johnson averaging 4 yards a carry today. The team as a whole is a little bit lower. Rodgers, hit as he throws, it's incomplete. And we're going to get it back. This one's over the middle. It's caught by Freiermuth. 1st down. Here we're going to keep on going. Less than 3 minutes to play. We are down by 7 here against the hated worldwide Dallas Cowboys. That one's caught. Pat Freiermuth sandwiched, but picks up 9. Second and 1. We're going to go to Caleb Johnson here. Handoff for Johnson. Johnson finds room, barreling over guys. 14 carries, 69 yards. Nice for Caleb Johnson. As this game is now going to hit the 2-minute warning. Rodgers, handoff Johnson. Johnson barrels his way around a guy and picks up 1. Not a great pickup there for Caleb Johnson, but he'll certainly take it. It's a positive gain. Rodgers steps up in the pocket, picks up a decent little bit. It's 3rd and 3. Less than a minute to play. This game is almost over, folks. Rodgers to run, and he'll score. Aaron Rodgers in the end zone. And we hit the signature celebration, which is so broken. What was that camera angle? We tie the game. 42 seconds for the Cowboys to get into field goal range. 5 wide out for Dak. Prescott. It's a short strike for 4 yards. Prescott's been amazing today. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions through the air. They've got 3 timeouts, but they refuse to take any of them. There's only 15 seconds left. We might be going to OT. Here comes Sawyer off the edge. Dak takes a short strike, and Sanders goes out of bounds after 6. Here's a handoff. It'll be a 1st down, but we will go to overtime. Bad clock management by the Cowboys, as they still have 3 timeouts in their hand. Here we are in OT. And the Cowboys have won the toss. They want to receive. I don't know what I just picked because I was just mashing buttons. But we'll see what happens. Key moments. Dallas doesn't do anything. Here we need to score. Any kind of points wins it, I think. No. That one is caught by Pickens, who's been amazing today. George Pickens has been insane. Over 100 yards receiving. That one is caught by Pickens. It's his fifth catch, 110 total yards receiving. Rodgers, 2:21 to play in the half. Handoff Johnson picks up the first. First down for Caleb Johnson. And we'll go to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left here in overtime. Tied at 21 in Pittsburgh. The Steelers trying to go 5-0. Handoff. Warren. There's a decent gain, and it's another timeout Pittsburgh. It's an injured Steeler. Looks like DK Metcalf was shaken up. Rodgers. Handoff Johnson. And Johnson still on his feet. Caleb Johnson picks up a decent bit for the first down. And now we'll keep on playing. That one's over the middle. Caught by Warren. We'll run hurry up. From the 44, not quite in field goal range yet. That one is caught by Pickens at the sideline. What a catch. DK Metcalf, we've just been informed, will not return. He's got a dislocated wrist. 2nd and inches from the 34. It's a 51-yarder from here. Warren fights for the first. He got the inches needed for the first down, but a lot of time is going to run off this clock. We've only got one timeout left. Handoff, Johnson. Oh, God. Okay, 2nd and 9. We get 1 yard with Caleb Johnson. 36 seconds left in this game. Rodgers, here's a lob for Austin. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers. We're going to win the football game. The game-winning bomb from Aaron Rodgers in his first home game as a Steeler. Wow, goes to Calvin Austin. His only catch of the day, the 33-yard scores. CeeDee Lamb had 2 touchdowns. Pickens for us had 120 and a score. Metcalf only 7 yards. He got locked up. Passing, Rodgers, 13 of 17, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Caleb Johnson, 76 yards and a touchdown rushing. Warren with 26. Rodgers with 34 and a tutty. Defensively, we had no interceptions, but we did have a sack with Alex Highsmith. And so we start the year 5-0. That's going to be all she wrote for this episode, though. We will return later, maybe, if you guys liked this enough and think we should stick around on the channel doing stuff like this. Let me know. Anyways, that's going to do it. Bye.